Jake Reynolds had spent the last 8 years hosting Midnight Confessions, a late-night radio show where callers shared their most terrifying paranormal encounters. He didn't believe in ghosts, demons, or anything supernatural. To him, it was all just entertainment, stories people made up to scare themselves. But on the night of October 13th, everything changed. The caller. It was 1:42 a.m. when the call came in. "You're on Midnight Confessions. What's your story?" Jake said, leaning back in his chair, sipping his coffee. A woman's trembling voice crackled through the line. "My name is Emily, please." "I need help." Jake sat up. There was something raw in her voice, genuine fear. "What's going on, Emily?" he asked, signaling his producer Matt to trace the call. "It's outside my door," she whispered. "It's whispering my name." Jake turned up the volume. In the background, he could hear faint, distorted sounds, something between a whisper and static. "Who's outside your door?" Emily's breath hitched. "I don't know. It followed me home. I saw it outside the gas station earlier. I thought it was just a shadow, but then it started whispering. It knows my name. It knocked on my window. It followed me here. And now..." She inhaled sharply. "It's inside my building." Jake glanced at Matt, who shook his head. "No location yet." "Emily, listen to me," Jake said. "Are your doors locked?" "Yes, but it doesn't matter," she sobbed. "It's getting closer." A sudden thump echoed through the call. Then another. A slow, deliberate knock on wood. Knock, knock, knock. Jake's skin prickled. He had heard screams, wails, even bizarre animalistic growls on his show before, but never had a call made his stomach sink like this. "Emily, don't open the door." "Do you have anyone you can call? The police?" "No. No one would believe me," she whispered. Another knock. And then the sound of something dragging across the floor. "Emily?" Jake said, his voice unusually tight. Static filled the line. Then, in a voice that was not Emily's, deep, guttural, inhuman, came a single word. "Hello." And the call went dead. The investigation. The silence in the studio was suffocating. "Matt, did you get a location?" Jake asked, his voice unnerved. Matt hesitated. "Yeah. But you're not gonna like it." He slid a note across the table. Jake frowned as he read the address. It was just 2 miles from the station. For the first time in his career, Jake made a decision he never thought he would. He was going to check it out. The apartment. The building was old, 5 stories of decayed brick, boarded-up windows, and an eerie stillness. Jake hesitated before pushing open the rusted front door. The air inside was stale, thick with dust and something faintly metallic. Apartment 3B. As he climbed the stairs, the silence pressed against him. No signs of life. The entire building felt abandoned. And then at the end of the hall, he saw it. Apartment 3B's door was ajar. Jake swallowed hard and stepped inside. The apartment was coated in dust, untouched for years. A layer of grime covered the furniture, and cobwebs draped the ceiling. But what sent ice through his veins was the telephone sitting on a small, wooden table near the couch. The receiver was off the hook. A recording played from the answering machine. "Hello? Is someone there, please?" "It's getting closer." Jake's breath caught in his throat. It was Emily's voice. But the timestamp showed the message was recorded 10 years ago. Suddenly, the temperature in the room dropped. The door behind him slammed shut. Then, knock, knock, knock. Jake spun around. The closet door at the end of the hallway trembled as something pressed against it from the inside. The knocks grew louder, more insistent. Then, silence. A whisper slithered through the air. "Jake." His blood ran cold. Then, with a slow creaking sound, the closet door began to open. Darkness spilled out like ink, and something stepped forward. Jake bolted. He didn't care what it was. He just ran. Down the stairs, out the front door, into his car. He didn't stop until he reached the station. The final call. Heart-pounding, Jake sat in his chair, trying to convince himself that what he saw wasn't real. Then his phone rang. The caller ID flashed, Emily. A cold wave of dread washed over him. He hesitated, then answered. "Hello," he said. There was static. Then his own voice echoed back to him. "Hello, is someone there?" The exact words he had spoken earlier. A pause. Then in that same guttural, inhuman voice, "I found you." The lights in the studio flickered, and the line went dead. The end.